Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, where I'll be giving you three selections for tomorrow's horse racing action. Before I reveal them, just want to apologise for not doing a video on today's racing. I just didn't really fancy much today. There was a few meetings around, but I just didn't really think there was anything that was worth backing on the card, and there wasn't much value to be had, I thought, out there today. So yeah, had a day off on the YouTube channel, but I'm back now. We've got some really decent action, especially this weekend at the likes of Newbury and Newcastle, and it's Newbury where I'm going to be focusing tomorrow with all three of my selections. And we're going to be going to my first tip in the 2:30 at Newbury with a horse called Beakstown for Harry and Dan Skelton. Currently available at 10-3. I'm going to recommend a 1-point win bet here. Now, this horse Beakstown is quite an interesting contender. He was last seen finishing fourth in the Old Rowan at Aintree last month. And if you actually look at that race, it's actually worked out really well. So red hot piece of form. Hitman won on his next start at Haydock. And also as well, the third horse in there was Galore, who won the Paddy Power handicap chase at Cheltenham. So the form reads really well. Surprisingly, he was actually dropped down to a mark of 137. And I think in this field, I think he's very dangerous. The Skeltons are going all right. They've been amongst the winners. They actually won this race with a horse called Old Grangewood, I remember, a few years ago. And I think he had a similar profile of running in the Old Rowan. So, yeah, it's definitely a tried and tested route for the connections. And I just think Beakstown, if he brings his A game, I think he could be a dangerous player off here with 137. And for me, he's probably my strongest selection I have, say, on the card. And that's why he's going to be my nap for tomorrow's horse racing in the 2:30 at Newbury. We then go my next best. In the long distance hurdle at Newbury, the feature race on the card there tomorrow, the 3:05. I thought Champ should take all the beating here if he's anywhere near his best for John Joe O'Neill Jr. and Nicky Henderson in the colours of JP McManus, currently available at 15-8. Now, we all know Champ, he's been a bit of a Marmite horse for some people, but he is a legend, you have to say, of the game. People always remember him for his famous RSA win, but he's always been a very classy horse and has done particularly well over hurdles. He's won a couple of grade ones over hurdles, especially over staying trips. In fact, I believe he won the Challow hurdle here in the past. He won over fences here a couple of times at the beginning of his chase career. So Newbury is a track that suits him well, and he was in good form last season, especially arriving fresh when he won the long walk hurdle at Ascot. I think if he repeats that performance, I think he's the one they've all got to beat tomorrow. Yes, I respect the likes of Prashima, but I just think that race fell apart. I didn't think it was a particularly strong renewal. Thomas Darby, I just can't have him. A horse that's too in and out for my liking. Paisley Park, you got to respect him, but as Newbury really is tracked, I just think when you go through the others, I think Champ is a solid one, and I think he only has to be around about 90% of his best to be winning this. So if he is up to his best tomorrow, I think he should be winning this. And at 15-8, I don't think that's a bad price there. So that's why he can be my next best of the day. The 3:40, we then go to the Longshot. Well, I actually had my nap in this race last year on the day, Dolphin Square. But this year, the 3:40, the Longshot is going to be Pileon for Jack Tudor and Christian Williams. We're struggling to work out why this horse was such a big price at 16-1. You can get that price with William Hill, who are from 5 places. I'm going to recommend a 0.5 each way selection here. Now, this horse, Pileon, has always been a good horse. I think he finished second, if I remember rightly, to Indefatigable in the Martin Pipe at the Cheltenham Festival a couple of years ago. Kind of lost his way a little bit, but last season he was okay. He won a decent hurdle race at Sandown off the same mark he's going to be racing off tomorrow, off a mark of 131. So he looks quite well treated on his old form. Put a line for his latest run over fences. He's never been a chaser. He's always been a stay-in handicap handler, and I just thought a lot of the horses in here, especially at the top end, I just didn't think they had lots in hand. Shearer, disappointing last time at Cheltenham. Paddle your own canoe. Hard to know where we tailed with him. I just thought the more you went through some of the ones at the top end of the market, it was worth taking a chance. And Pileon, he wouldn't have to come back to much to his best form to be a real player in here. Christian Williams, okay, the yard had been maybe a little bit in and out, but back over hurdles, this horse could be happy, could be a bit more happy. And I just think off this kind of marker, the price, he's definitely worth an each way play here, and that's why he's going to be my long shot of the day in the final race at Newbury. So let me know in the comments box below what you're going to be back in tomorrow. If you enjoy these videos, remember to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe here to the YouTube channel at Lucky Loaders 15. Please remember to gamble responsibly, and we'll be seeing you again soon.